to grow? Are you ready to grow?
Hi, Tommy B here from the Killarney Garden Centre, and welcome to another edition of Growing Your Own Food. Today I'm going to show you how to grow your own food in a polythene tunnel. One of the easiest crops that you can grow in a polythene tunnel are early seed potatoes. And the best variety that I'd recommend for sowing in a polythene tunnel are home guard. So what do we need for growing good potatoes? Potatoes are huge nitrogen feeders, so we're going to make sure to dig in a good bit of nitrogen fertilizer with them. The one that we're going to use today is organic chicken pellet manure. Also, they love organic matter, so we'll cover the ground first in organic compost and the chicken pellets. We'll mix it all up and then we're ready to plant our potatoes. So this is the soil here, and this is where we're going to set our potatoes. What I have done in preparation for setting the potatoes is I've dug down the topsoil to the full depth of this spade. Now I'm going to cover it with the organic compost and the chicken pellet manure. So here we go. So all I'm doing there is I'm just putting a nice layer of organic compost over the soil, and here we have our chicken pellet manure, and this is organic. So if you want to grow your potatoes organically, these are the two products that you can use. Now after I've spread a good layer of organic compost, you can also use farmyard manure if you like, if it's well rotted and well composted. You put a layer of that over the topsoil, and then it's 100 grams is actually the rate per meter squared. That's roughly 2 fistfuls that you are going to mix through each square meter. And there you have it. So this bed is now ready to sow our seed potatoes. These are our seed potatoes. These are the home guard variety. They come in little packs like this. They also come in bigger bags. So all we're going to do then is just to make sure that our seed potatoes actually have an eye in them. So this is their after sprouting. So that is just a perfect potato for planting right now. The depth of which you plant your potatoes is 4 inches, and the space between them is 10 inches apart. So after mixing through our compost and our fertilizer, I'm now going to plant my seed potatoes into this ground. This is a 10-inch spacer. Instead of taking a measuring tape around the garden with you, if you cut sticks to whatever space you're going to plant your plants at, in this case it's the potatoes, and this is easier to help measure out where I'm going to plant my potatoes. So I'm planting them 4 inches deep, 10 inches apart, so this spacer is 10 inches long. So here we go. We'll just plant him into the ground 4 inches down, and he's just covered over like that. Next potato into the ground, covered over like that. So then all we do is we just put back the soil into a nice even tilt, and we'll move on. So if there's any weeds or stones or anything like that, we'll take them out at this stage. Now I've just laid out all the potatoes in this small bed at the spacing, at the 10-inch spacing, and now I can just plant them all into the ground. So here we go. What you're always making sure of is that the tip of the potato is facing upwards. So you can see the shoot here, just make sure that's facing upwards. Now finally, after sowing our potatoes, the important thing is to give them a good watering in. So all you do is just water it over the ground. And because a tunnel obviously doesn't get any rainfall, it'll be important to ensure that the soil over the next couple of weeks is kept moist. Not too wet, but just moist until your potato shoots emerge. Once your potato shoots emerge, they're going to require water every single day. In a later edition, I'm going to show you some of the best watering apparatus to use in polythene tunnels. Initially, we can use the watering can to water them in. After that, we'll be using a ground watering system, which you can turn on from even outside the tunnel, and that'll help water your plants in the tunnel.
Killarney Garden Centre.